What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Full 90. It is time for the Champions League final predictions. Borussia Dortmund up against Real Madrid. Now make sure you leave your predictions down below and subscribe and turn on the bell because this is the final video of the regular football season. As we always do, we finish with the Champions League final, but very soon on the channel we're doing the Euros predictions from the group stage all the way to the final over the summer before the next season starts. So you don't want to miss it. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers and I really appreciate all the support that you've shown me this season. There hasn't been much football, of course, but here are the winning accumulators since the last episode, and another post I've highlighted from December 23rd, 2023, where I gave out to members the odds of Man City to win the league at odds of 2.25, and I don't know if there's ever been odds greater than that for Man City to win the league in the last 4 years that they have done so, and I picked this as a good one, and I said that I waited for the odds to be above evens to pull the trigger, and given that I expected them to beat Everton in the upcoming fixture when I posted that post, I don't think the odds would be that high. They went on to beat Everton and the odds already dropped down to 2, and then obviously as the season went on the odds got lower and lower and lower, but odds of over 2 for Man City to win the league. What a pick that was. We of course had the mega odds winners treble, Celtic, Atletico Madrid and Athletic Bilbao all winning to 0 there with odds of about 13 to 1, and then a few others down here. Here are the people that have joined the Full 90 members club here on YouTube by clicking the join button down below since the last episode. I really do appreciate it, and flashing up on the screen are all of the people that have joined the Patreon, where you can directly message me and everything like that and get all of the members tips and accumulators and stuff since we started doing it towards the beginning of this season. I really appreciate the support, and if you want to get a shout out in every single video and get exclusive members tips and accumulators for the Euros, other competitions that I can't make videos about, like the Conference League final, which I've done a post about today, then you can click the first link in the description, head over to Patreon, join there, support me and support the channel, keep this stuff running, because honestly the Patreon and the memberships, it really helps keep these videos going, and you know, that's how we've been able to do so many videos over the years. So last year Man City beat Inter Milan 1-0 in the final. We tipped Man City and under 3.5 goals at 2.15, and we also predicted Man City to win to 0 at 2.37. I did tip Man City 1-0 halftime and 2-0 full time at 12, but unfortunately it was just the 1-0, but still a good prediction for the last Champions League final. But Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid. Now, Borussia Dortmund overcame PSG, beating them 1-0 both times, and Real Madrid overcame Bayern Munich, and obviously there is a clear favourite to win this Champions League final, and I don't want to, you know, draw it out for too long. I do think Real Madrid are going to get the win. As a neutral, I think anyone that isn't some way affiliated with Real Madrid or one of their players wants to see Borussia Dortmund win. Obviously, it is Marco Reus's probably final game for Borussia Dortmund, if he even plays, whether it be on the bench or start or whatever. Marco Reus has obviously been at Dortmund for a long, long time. Their most loyal player ever, you could argue. And everyone wants to see him win a Champions League in his final game. Obviously, Dortmund haven't been in the Champions League final for over a decade when they ended up losing to Bayern Munich. And Real Madrid have won it so many times. I think everyone would like to see Borussia Dortmund win. And they put on a brilliant show against Paris Saint-Germain. The fact that they were able to win that despite the XG going against them, like the amount of chances they conceded, PSG must have hit the woodwork like 8 times across both legs. Like, it was incredible, in all honesty. I thought PSG would qualify, and I think they did enough attacking-wise to deserve it, but it just didn't fall for them. I think Borussia Dortmund are going to score against Real Madrid here, but I just think Real Madrid are going to be too good. So like I said, I'm not going to draw it out. My score prediction, and then I've got a few tips for you, is going to be Borussia Dortmund 1, Real Madrid 2, but the tip is going to be Real Madrid to win at 1.61. Now, the last 5 Champions League finals have all seen both teams to score no. 4 1-0s and 1 2-0. But before that, when Real Madrid were more involved in the finals, there were typically a lot more goals in the Champions League final. It just seems that the English teams have kind of come in the recent years and with the Champions League final and just kept it low scoring. It's been kind of dull, to be honest. The final has never quite lived up to the hype. However, I think this one might. I think we'll see both teams score in a Champions League final for the first time in like 6 years. I'm going to go for Real Madrid 2, Borussia Dortmund 1. First tip, Real Madrid to win at 1.61. That also allows the win to 0 to happen as well. But because I'm confident that Dortmund can score, I'm going to go for Real Madrid and both teams to score at 3. And I also understand that it's not as likely that there's tons of goals in a final because perhaps some teams might play a little bit more cautious. Because from Dortmund's standpoint, if they can score one and just keep Real Madrid, they're scoring down, Dortmund, before the game, if you could ask them, would you take this game to penalties right now if you were given the opportunity, I think they would all say yes. So I think Dortmund would happily play out to penalties and try and back themselves that way than having to outright beat Real Madrid. Whereas Real Madrid, obviously, they know that their chances of winning the Champions League final fall if they go to penalties compared to at the kickoff, the start of the game, when they've got 90 minutes and also extra time potentially to get the winner against a team that they are on paper better than. And Real Madrid, obviously, their run was incredible to get to the final, knocking out Manchester City and Bayern Munich, which was just incredible. So I think Real Madrid are going to win. I've got Real Madrid and both teams to score at 3, but also in case it is a bit of a cagey affair, I've gone for draw half-time, Real Madrid full-time at 4.5, because I could see it being either 0-0 at half-time and then Real Madrid go to win, and they could still win, 2-1, something like that. It could be 1-1 half-time, Real Madrid win. I just think Real Madrid, they have this comeback, never say die attitude of winning games, and I think they can do it in the second half. Similarly, a tip you could go for is more goals to be in the second half. But I do just think Real Madrid will get over the line. I'd love to see it go to penalties. I'd love Dortmund to win. But thinking with my head over my heart, I think Real Madrid win the Champions League once again. Please do, as I said, leave your predictions down in the comments below. Let me get a little quick look at my Euros schedule for you all. So, we don't have a video for a little while, but on the 10th of June, I will be releasing my group stage predictions for Euro 2024. Then on the 13th of June, we'll do game week 1 predictions. The 18th of June, game week 2. The 22nd of June, game week 3. The 28th of June, we'll do the round of 16 predictions. The 4th of July, the quarterfinal predictions. The 8th of July, the semi-final predictions. And then the 13th of July, the final prediction for the Euros. And then probably a couple of weeks after that, I will be doing maybe my early Premier League 24-25 table predictions, which is one of my favorite videos to do. I actually had one of my best years in the last year for Premier League table predictions. We had a lot of great predictions. We predicted, I think it was Everton to finish 15th, Wolves to finish 14th, Forest to finish 17th. We, of course, predicted Man City to win the league. I tipped Manchester United not to finish in the top 4, and you might think, well, that's obvious, but last year when the Premier League finished, United had just finished 3rd. It was looking like they were going to do really well. A lot of people tipped Man United to finish top 4 and even higher, and I actually predicted that Chelsea would finish above Man United, despite Man United finishing 3rd and Chelsea finishing bottom half of the table. So that was a good prediction in my eyes. But either way, that is going to do it for the regular football season. We have the Champions League final coming up, and then we, of course, have the Euros. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.